So BMW's here. Little rundown, I guess, would be that got stuff to clean it with. Pretty much we got it running, registered it, and no one really drove it. Like, I think Tom drove it a handful of times. So from that I thought, you know what, my Commodore ran out of rego, so I'll just drive this for a month. Like, no lights on, nothing, so I mean, the seatbelt light comes on, but might as well plug this in. Should go away. But, yeah, managed to get all this sort of working, and you know, sort of gives you a little bit of fuel consumption and outside temp and range. I filled it up. The only other thing was Tom has sat out in the sun so long, and I think one day he just got in there and it sort of like broken, little magnet there, but hopefully we got more. We got another one actually, so see how we go. But just gonna get tyres now. Pretty bold, so figured I'll go get some tyres and see what we can do. Peace. Alright, so made it to Tom's house. I was gonna film a bit of driving, but to be honest, I've seen it enough. Got the BMW, some new tyres, Ceylon, the old Ling Lang. I think there's a couple of things that we got in the boot today, like some trim pieces, as I said. Tom, it sat out in the sun, the car sat out in the sun for a little bit, so that trim piece in there was brittle that holds the magnet in, so that's a bit of a pain in the ass, but we've got little bits and pieces to swap over. It's all in the boot, and then we'll give the interior a good clean. I don't know what extent we're going to go to try clean up the outside, but originally we were like, maybe we can paint this, but to be honest, I think we'll just ruin it. I think give it a good clean, maybe polish the headlights. I've got new badges, and I think there's only one like wheel cap that's missing on this side. So I've got badges for the front and rear, and I'm in talks with someone to get 4 new ones, but if we can't, we can't. It is what it is. Factory M Sport wheels. I believe it was an M Spec car, I guess you could call it that, but yeah, so try to get into it today. Main thing's cleaning this car up. I got some liquid moly Cerotex put in it as well, but besides that, yeah, see what happens. So just spoke with Tom. There is no water at the shed, so we will just swap the interior pieces, and then I'll probably take it down to the local car wash, give it a proper clean, and then take some photos of the interior. I think, like, you know, obviously cosmetically, wait on a guy to respond for these, the inner trim pieces, some of the aircon buttons, but we'll give it a good clean ourselves and then take some. No, so welcome back. It's been a while, honestly. I don't know what we really got up to. We're getting the BMW ready from Tom's to sell it, and we did put it up. I had cleaned the vehicle, and you know, did a little leather care on it, stuff like that. Obviously there's still some issues. As I said, someone had lent on this and broken that, so I've ordered a new one. I got a new one today. I've got new cup holders. I've also got a new button kit, so put all those climate control buttons back in, and then that only leaves the rear vents and the front vents where it's got a little crack there. Besides that, all the plastics are good, as good as it's going to get, really. there's no other issues. We did change the wood grain out. Unfortunately, we had a new centerpiece that wasn't cracked at all, and it sat in the sun for a 40-degree day, and I come out and seen it had lifted a little bit. Right now I'm just looking into replacing the badges. So I've got new BMW logos front and rear, the badges for it. So as you can see, the top one there had come off. So just topped up some fluids. Going to give this a little high pressure wash and maybe some soap on the engine. Obviously I'm not going to do anything about the rock covers, but if I can clean the plastic trims up a little bit to make it a little more presentable, then we'll do that. We did do a little bit of a polish on the front, but since then, like, it is a lot clearer, but it's starting to come back already. We didn't have the Maguire's kit, so now I've got a Maguire's kit for it, so I might go through that. Had my friend's car here, went to get it wheel lined, and they said that it was seized. So what I did was I cracked the nut off. I've tightened it now, but cracked the nut off, and then cracked the nut off, sprayed some WD, and now it's not seized and spins freely. I'm not sure why the shop couldn't do that, but I'll have to take it back to get a wheel alignment now. It was stuck, but it wasn't, you know, anything out of the blue. I know that this car's had a hit on this side. Obviously you can tell by the rim it's hammered, but yeah, no, it's not seized now. So as I said, you can see the right headlight looks a lot better, a lot more shinier. Had obviously the fade. So yeah, I thought I'd give you a little update on sort of what's been happening. It's been 4 odd months before we, you know, put a video out. So got one badge here for the front, one for the rear. This box here coming today, and that's that center console piece. Some buttons, and then a working cup holder. So I did notice that there's little bolt holes here, so I'll have to remove this from the other one. I'll look online quickly because I don't want to break anything coming off. It is 20 years old. And once I've done these bits and pieces, I'll give it another vacuum, a quick clean, probably put some acid on the wheels, and then put it back up for sale. I am going overseas shortly, so it'll be good to get it gone before then, and free up another spot for a project. That's the reason I took it here. So there's not a lot of cars at Tom's house. He's got a fair few there, so hopefully in the next 6 to 8 months I can sort of finish that Skyline out there, and then get my friend Lawrence's 32 GDST in. It got stolen. Short story is a long story. I'll talk you through it, but yeah, so until that happens, for now I'm just going to muck around with this. I will film bits and pieces of it and see how it go with it. Sweet. So just on the badge, I've given it a bit of a leverage. My main thing is to protect the paint and try to go underneath it like that. I've already popped it off, but then once you get that, you can sort of maneuver and pull, and then you want to get inside it and sort of go from the bottom. As I said, I did free it up, so like so, protecting the paint from the outside, and haven't actually damaged the paint at all. Got the badge off. Simple. So just a little update. I didn't realise, I gave it a little clean, but I didn't realise there was a little rubber down, which is good. There's one of them out. I'll use the same method that I did to do the bonnet with a rag, and I'll pry it just so I don't want to scratch this outer edge or this line. Obviously anything under here, sort of haven't got the heavy clear as the rest of it, but should be fine. Too easy. So new dowels are in. I'm going to place this part of the badge in there. Guess I'm just going to give it a quick little press like that. So that's now in there nicely. It's not going to move. I believe the back of the badge has some sort of stick on there, which I'll just get it centered and then I'll stick it down. But I guess it's like the little things, you know, new badges do make your car look a lot better, especially when there wasn't one there, so I think that will be good. So finished result, it's a lot better than the new badge. Perfect. So just another little update. I've replaced the center console like lid. So as you can see, that one's deteriorated. Pretty much the way it works, got 3 little clips at the front and these little locking tabs at the back. This is the new one, brand new BMW from Germany. I got it online. I think it's about $120, but we had to wait about 3 or 4 weeks for it to come from Deutschland. So yeah, the little thing that makes it cleaner. As I said, this one here was a new trim, so was this one, and that one, little crack but not too bad. I replaced this and then putting it back come after a day in the heat, and that had lifted and cracked there, so spewing. But they all do that in this year of the vehicle, I should say, 2000s, even the other models, wood grain, but the rest of it's not too bad. So just done the front badges, done the rear, so I think the only thing left to do is the AC controls, and I will do that, and the cup holder, but I'll do that later on today, and then clean it up, and then once I'm done I'll do a little inside the car with the doors open, a bit better light when it's in the driveway, so it's not like tight on space. So yeah, that's it.